Welcome back, everybody, here to your live stream. We're doing the qualifiers here for day number 1 of the season 3 of the D2CL. Without any further ado, let's get straight to the game. Now, this is a little bit different to what we normally do because we're jumping into a game which is basically halfway through, but there's a disconnection, so I thought, you know what? Let's check out how the Doggy Boys are doing up against the Retry. I can't really pass up a PGG game. It's just not really... It shouldn't happen. It just shouldn't happen. So, I'm going to jump in here. We are, of course, as you can see on the clock, just short of 9 minutes into this game with Dog already appearing to have a rather commanding lead, even though their items really don't say that kind of story. Like, I'm seeing a Blink Dagger already over on Slaughter. This is very early on. A very, very early Blink Dagger coming in here for Nubik. I actually want to check out and see how we're looking for our net worth and CS. So, Slana, looks like he's had himself a free time. Viper as well. While he might be dead here in the middle lane. They've actually just lost both their primary farmed up core heroes with an Enigma who has the black hole over on cooldown. So, put one and one together and you can make yourself a two-man core black hole. With the rest of the pressure can be applied in towards that middle lane. You already got MSS on the front lines as this Ember Spirit, so tower check as well. The top tier 1 tower has already gone down for the Radiant side, while the bottom tier 1 tower has also taken a fall for the Dire side. And the mid tier 1s are level. Okay, so basically Dog have the advantage as far as towers go in the mid. As far as the gold goes, well, they've shifted it around recently and the experience a little bit more as well recently too. So we'll have Puck. He's already getting, like, really in close towards that Blink Dagger. The Hand of Midas for Nature's Prophet has already been purchased. Misery has 1,600 gold, so he's got a lot of money up his sleeve. Got MSS, just got Face Boots and Bottle. A little bit further up, we do have, well, our stand-in, our German stand-in, RMN. Standing in for Team Dog this evening. While over towards the Retry. Should start with PGG, as everyone should. So he'll be the Shadow Shaman back at base, looking rather poor right now with just some brown boots. We then, of course, have Nubik. He'll be the Slaughter with Blink Dagger and Strength Treads. Pretty decent for 9 minutes in. Ancient Apparitions has got the basic Tranquil Boots over on himself, but it's only sitting just short of level 5. So doesn't have that Ice Blast to add to the fights just yet. And then we have ourselves our Viper. I'm actually just going to quickly double check too who is playing what in this one. So, okay, we actually have a completely unknown player as far as the Viper goes. But the Bat Rider who is disconnected now is a guy called Kat. So, K-A-H-T. That's the way you pronounce his name. And that is going to be the lineup coming in for the retry. So, he's managed to reconnect back inside the game. He's tagged up his Afterlife. So, they're good and ready to rock and rumble, which is obviously a great, great thing. And if we start again, we give ourselves some in-game audio. We'll catch up to where we want to be. MSS, the man on a mission to hunt. To try and hunt and kill. Doesn't really have that much man to work with. Wait, he just jumped back and Syrian James behind him. Now that's nice. While he still just keeps running away. That's going to be the mid-town now gone. And with the last hit going to Puck, that is his Blink Dagger. So minus done, Blink Dagger done. Earn Charge is now also running in here for RMN. So overall, the combination of Team Dog, a lot of it is in control. Like, you jump in, you get your fisting chains off, then you're going to follow up with the Dream Call, or could even initiate with Dream Call as well. Then you got your Static Storm, going to be combined up with that Kinetic Field, and then Enigma comes in for the Black Hole. And on top of that, you got Nature's Prophet throwing out some early damage as well. Now, the downside is, once Viper adds this mech, it's going to be nowhere near as easy to pull off that kind of gank. Especially when you know Slaughter can just jump back in again and, well, counter their initiation. As long as he can avoid that Static Storm, he's fine. But Team Dog are watching out for him as well. They got this Observer Ward just off to the side. So the second Nubik shows himself here, then Team Dog will be aware of it. They can just back themselves up. But it looks like the Retry are making the right choice. They don't want to fight just yet. So they push Afterlife into the jungle. And with that, he's now got himself his Blink Dagger up and running. Which means initiation can be there for the retry. While Ancient Apparition melts in the middle lane. And on the bottom lane, Disruptor gets caught out. So they waited long enough to find those kills. MSS also gets a very, very lucky. Regeneration rune comes in for him. What is this skin for Nature's Prophet? It looks so weird. It's like uncommon robes. Either way, it looks like he's had half of his head taken off. PGG, he'll have more than that taken off. Oh, fisting into a chain. Didn't really get the timing right for MSS. They still managed to pick up Afterlife, however, with the Dream Coil. And now Nubik, he's on the front lines. Amplified damage over on Fader. He might be able to phase shift himself out of this one. Another set of chains and the Sprout just to make sure that Nubik goes absolutely nowhere. And Nature's Prophet just TPs out. Wait, Fader, why'd you stick around too long? The Orb, you'll have to get a maximum range. Amplification is still on him. He gets the help from the mech, but Nubik with that blink deck can just follow through again. As MSS goes back to base to heal, leaving one of his remnants out in the field. And the bottom lane just starts to get pushed out here by Pass. They'll look to force out this tier 1 tower. And what are these treants? Oh, they're these little guys. I know. Oh, yeah, I know these guys. But it's just the outfit that Nature's Prophet too. Sorry. It's very, very feminine. It's insanely feminine. I'm actually not quite sure how you can make a Nature's Prophet look any more feminine than that. Like he's basically a walking bag of potpourri. Either way, this potpourri is going to be bringing down that tier 1 tower in bottom lane. It's going to send a couple of the trees out there to take the creep wave aggro away. Oh, maybe not. Fader. Well, at least he sees the Slider, and Slider just blinks away. And Afterlife's already revealed off the fact he's got that blink dagger. Blinking, in fact, further south. Fader was searching for him, but Afterlife's stuck in the trees. Very, very deep in the trees, too. Ancient Apparition ulti hits nicely, but again, you get a Searing Chains over here on Nubik, and he doesn't have... Well, he's down to 2/3 of his life points when he's trying to initiate here in the bottom lane. Oh, no! It's a good thing the dog can't see in there. Nubik gets caught in the tree line. And now does Pass create a new army of trees and reveal him? He's got Blink in 1 second's time, and he can see him. Now the Orb, yet they find him. Instant Static Storm up by RMN. The second they realize they had a Slider caught in the trees, it is not safe to be in those. And Team Dog, they bring down the primary initiator here of TR. Which means then it's just straight in towards the tower. Meanwhile, PGG's having fun up on top. Tier 1 tower was, of course, lost up here. Serpent was like they had to be committed to do so, but PGG may not get out of here with his life. He can't TP out, and now, yeah. Simple fist to chain. Means the Shadow Shaman dies in the top lane for every bit of pressure he applied. He gives it back with his death. We have this Viper in mid. Forced back a little bit. And while he's being forced back, well, Nature's Prophet can't create a new set of trees. He's already got like one set of trees in there, but he can't do a secondary set. Doesn't have the mana for it. But now with Arcane Boots arriving for RMN, that problem is no longer there. And Blink, Fader, initiated on. He'll lose his life right now. And this is one of those times when Team Dog just have to commit. Like either they gotta do one or the other. Wards, nice jump in by Nubik, but then again, he's in here by himself. That field was holding him out, and now the jump in, the black hole over on the side. He got Viper as well as PGG. The jump in with the fisting, able to catch out two. PGG caught inside the Static Storm as well as Viper. RMM will end up dying to the Viper. But this is going to be 3 heroes going down. Two of the cores here of the retry. And the mid tower gets Knight underneath the Mass Serpent Wars. They were too busy with the creep wave. They didn't end up finding the other heroes. And no fear with that one little tree helping to find the bonus damage to get the kill. And the Ancient Apparition. And Afterlife just can't catch a break here. Roshan is still up, but it won't be for long. Team Dog are moving in to take him out. And it really shouldn't take that long either. Not with his life points where it is. And there's Pass, who I was talking about, with a large amount of money on him. Straight back up to the top lane to continue the farm. And you're seeing what he's building into now. Necro Book will be the choice for him. And rightly so. It's going to cause so many problems for the retry during the fights. While MSS, well, can't finish up his full Battle Fury just yet. Ahmed. Oh, and a glimpse Afterlife away. That's why Afterlife knew he couldn't go in for the lasso. Normally when a Disruptor walks in like that to two heroes which are smoked up and moving north, he should be dying. But because he was able to get the glimpse off, nice blinking by Fader. Silence on PGG, there is no Hex, he's got an orb and then blink again, he Dream Calls to get the kill.
May you ride on nether zephyrs.
Ancient Apparition Oldie was able to connect onto the Disruptor, but no life points really taken away from him, so it doesn't give a risk of death. Misery with his mech already up and running. I'm wondering if he's considering BKB in this lineup, or if he just says screw it and goes in for the Blink Dagger. Both options are sound, because you've only got really one hero that's going to stop you from getting your BKB off, from getting your full Black Hole off, and that's the Bat Rider. He's going to come in point blank range on a BKB'd up Enigma in order to get that, but that probably means then the Black Hole will end up catching him. So you lose the Bat Rider. Where if you have a Blink Dagger, you add a secondary third initiation. A way to actually be there when the Dream Call hits, because that is the other downside. Like MSS, like if he jumps, he can chain off a whole bunch of people in like in this region here. But that doesn't really help you if you don't have a follow-up to keep that control going. And that's where normally Fader will come into play. But he's been having a lot of troubles trying to stay alive on those front lines. So we're seeing him there at 4-3-6. He's still getting the work done. And that's the job of the puck. It's not as flawed as he'd probably like. Well, Afterlife, well, blinks into the lane, and now Fader goes in for him. Is there a glimpse? They have the vision. Well, they did because the Prophet Oddie was able to connect. But there's a lot of support coming to top lane. Amplified damage, Oddie as well. Fader going to phase shift out that damage, but he can't phase shift all the rest of it. Bat Rider was hot in his tail. And in the meantime, Viper's getting a ton of free farm on bottom lane. Aghanim Scepter now 2k gold away for him. Iron Man looking for a pullback right now. And PGG is the prime candidate. But at the same time, there's your glimpse going to come back. So PGG in the middle of the fight. There's your Black Hole. PGG and Afterlife being called out again there with the static field. They've got to get rid of these walls, or at least get Iron Man into the trees where it's safe, but not safe enough for him. Ember Spirit still picks up the double kill, while Nubik, able to catch out the Nature's Prophet, steals the Invis rune from him, but doesn't really care. He just wants to beat down into him. Prophet Sprout, trees being created. The Bash will be there. He's trying to micro up the trees to give himself that extra space so he can just TP himself away to safety, but a blink in to get the kill. And that leaves Enigma up and running. MSS, it's a big kill streak to give over. They just gave an extra 1k gold to Viper. He's 600 gold now away from having a full Aghanims with the mech, with the Ring of Aquila as well. This is getting really problematic for Dog. They just gave so much to the retry. There was 7,500 gold in front, experience in front, and about 5,000 gold in front. The combination is still stronger for Team Dog. Their split push is still a lot better than the retries is. So this game could start to drag on a little bit. But the major problem that's still there is the retry need to get more of these pickoffs. But they managed to bring down all the tier 1 towers, but that just means that everything is level. Like it's tier 1 towers for tier 1 towers, and you're still behind in gold and experience. But Viper is definitely making up for that one. It's a lot of money coming into him. And, well, Team Dog can't do much about it for now. That Viper is a very, very tanky creature. Between the corrosive skin, being max leveled out as well, and having the point booster with the mech. I don't want to say it's too much to go through, but actually with an Aghanim Scepter, maybe it will be too much to go through. It's coming out now, basic Donkey Courier, the budget retry. And PGG almost finished up his Blink Dagger. As long as he doesn't die right now, Iron Man will see him quickly. but then just backs up. We are, of course, fighting here inside the nighttime, so vision is rather restricted. Actually seeing PGG's vision there. Now the Firefly is up, and they're going to find RMN. So Hex to start with. No need to actually use the Shackle. Oh, wow. Okay, so they're going to commit the last two on this one. Just ensuring the kill. While in the meantime, Nubik, he wants to get this Amplify over on Fader, and now he's got it. He may just take the stun as well, waiting for Fader to jump, because Fader can't juke this out. He goes into tree line, orbs in deeper, and then TP's away. He's still very, very visible. But he had no other choice. He had to get as far away from them as possible. That was successful. While No Fear, jump in, didn't really get the fisting, and now, oh, MSS. Quick dash, back and forward. Able to get the pick off on the Ancient Apparition. They're not waiting to stop there. Misery did end up going straight in for that Blink Dagger. Still got another 1,600 gold behind him. It would be nice to see him finish up something like Treads or something along these lines. Basic brown boots never just feels right in Enigma. But he wants that BKB too. With a Blink and BKB, there is nothing that the Retry can do about him. If he can get those two-man black holes off or three-man black holes, they'll find themselves kills. Fader in the meantime. Shackles a ulti. Again, the commitment from Afterlife. He is not worried about having his lasso on cooldown at any point this game. They shut down Fader again. And now his net worth sitting at 5.7k. Jump out by MSS, and maybe they can find one. Nubik jumping down, and he's managed to find RMN. Prophet going to go, and RMN going to try and solo him up. Oh, the Ember Spirit. He couldn't get the Tyrian Chains off. Met charge to be there, and now MSS finds himself overcommitted. The AOD is coming in, but he has to keep his distance. Ember Spirit! Okay, looks like the Viper, the poison will tick him out. That jump was actually beautiful. He managed to evade the AA ulti with it. But the retry, support just coming over the hill. They lose the slider, but they take 5 players from Team Dog off the map. And the Russians are really kicking back in. And I'm glad I picked this game up halfway through. So we've got BT's now over on the Batrider. So BT's, Blink Dagger, 4-staff, everything you need to initiate. Viper, insanely tanky, having a never-ending ultimate of his. And on top of that, you're now going to be walking around with 2.2k gold. And Team Dog haven't really transitioned in nicely to their items. You got Necro Book level 2 that's now arriving 23 minutes in. Normally you'd say, hey, it's not bad timing for an Nature's Prophet. But considering the start that he had, should be a hell of a lot better. And Puck, we get Blink Daggers up and running, and then that's it. We still haven't seen the transition into the next item. The Battle Fury is up on Ember Spirit, and that really came at a decent timing. So I have no real problems with that whatsoever. It's just what they need to bring down the retry. Like, Ember Spirit always needs more. He's a greedy kind of guy. He needs to be in order to win. Well done, Misery. Provoke the Russians. Because that's always gone well in the past. Alright, so we're good to go again. Keyboard errors over and done with. Team Dog. Could they have just thrown away the best advantage that any team could really have had at the start of this? They're just losing too much. They need to get control of this game back again if they want to win it. And that just means slowing down the fight. They got to get back to their split push, back to the farm, and get this Ember Spirit farmed up. Because that is the downside about the retry. Their heroes do transition really poorly into the late game. At the same time, Team Dog do have a lot of mid-game focused heroes. I'm not going to say their late game is any better as far as like the hero transition goes, but as far as the split push, as far as the map control goes, Team Dog are the ones with the advantage there. Problem is when this kind of stuff happens. Iron Man gets picked off on the bottom lane. Very easy pop, which means now you can see the retry transition into bringing down towers. And that's something that Team Dog just can't. You can't control the match when you've got no towers outside your own base, no matter how great your Prophet and Ember Spirit are. We get the 4-man move. That'll become 5 with the BTs from Afterlife. I'm going to try and force out this tier 2 tower in the mid. And Team Dog have only got really one choice, and that's trade. With Mass Open Wars down, perfectly surrounding that tower, PGG is already looking to TP himself back out again. He's gone back to base, in fact. Considering he's completely out of mana, as his only real choice. But he wants to be there to fight in the top lane. So middle lane goes down. PGG twitching the wards to make sure they can get the last hit. And the rest of Dog have to abandon this. They've got actually a decent amount of damage coming out from both the Eidolons, the Necro units, as well as the Treants. But with good clearance coming out from PGG as well as Nubik. Want to deny up this top tower. While Fader, he's managed to catch out No Fear. The support coming in from the Bat Rider, but Fader's got enough damage to finish the job.
Short-lived creatures.
But really, still a better trade for the retry. They lose a support hero, but they deny a tier 2 tower. I don't think there's going to be any major problems coming out right now from the retry as far as like being happy with their trades. And RMN, he just keeps being watched too. Like he threw down this sentry ward, but it's not in range, obviously. So RMN's being watched very, very closely on this bottom lane. And he's going to feel safer than most other players would because of this. Like, they've got this ward just over on the side, which means he's got the protection of, like, well, feeling the comfort of vision. Even this aggressive observer ward. It's very, very comfortable. But there's still some holes where the retry can slip through. Mainly the one which has them run straight over the top of the bottom rune. Then they can catch him out before he be aware of it. I don't think that vision actually stretches. Okay, during the daytime it does. During the daytime, that vision actually stretches into the pit, into the river. So Nubik goes back into his farm. Full BKB completed for him now. So there's only Enigma that controls him. It's the only thing that will. Puck is trying to go into a Scythe of Vice, and they need that Hex to get that slider out. At the same time, they kind of needed to stop the Viper too, but Viper now with Yasha going into S and Y. And they're going to kill off Fader. Then again, Fader, Invis Rune. Prophet will connect on all of them. There's like, wait. Something, we're visible. Nubik is just going to run. He was sure that someone was there, and he was right. Someone was. But they mustn't have seen that Invis Rune. Because nobody brought detection. The Bat Rider's going straight into a BKB, so they didn't get that gem out very early on. And up against this lineup of Team Dog, it's no surprise. Like, map control is obviously something you want to get with the gem, but to prioritize it over a BKB when you get a lineup like Team Dog has, you'd go straight in for the BKB before you went for the gem. A little bit of fun coming out there from MSS. We got movement to the bottom lane. Ward's already coming down from PGG, and now, the glimpse away. Like, I'm not quite sure. This Static Storm is on absolutely nothing right now, and Misery's mech charge won't be able to help him survive. And the rest of Team Dog have to bail out again. Another failed engagement for Dog, and another good fight for TR. This Viper is getting beastie. Now with the Suns coming out in the Courier. It completes the S and Y combo. Still seeing Fader a full Mystic Staff away from being able to finish up that full Scythe of Vice. And Nature's Prophet, this is the fear he's now got. Like, you're picking up 4 stars for Nature's Prophets. The confidence is definitely not there for Team Dog at all. And rightly so. I think the advantage, yep, is kicked back up the way of the retry. Fader's on the hunt again. Searching for what? Runes? Oh my god, search for couriers. That's one way to do it. Well, it ended up dying on the bottom lane. Here. You know who's the culprit. Pass is already back to base. TP scroll on cooldown. That's what that was all for. I don't know where he saw that sucker, though. Right, there's an Observer Ward in the middle lane. That's basically it. That'll be the only way they would know the timing of it. But the positioning of that courier must have delivered something out underneath the noses of Team Dog. And now Dog go in for what they know they can kill off easily, and that's Roshan. They do control the pit so well. It's one thing with a retry can't really hope to really challenge. Like A ulti or not, Batrider being able to Firefly is nice. When you can get Searing changed up and controlled inside of coils and black holes, it's just too much for you. Now MSS, it's effect Static Storm, they hold the Viper there, but you see just how much damage the Viper takes from that. Nothing. In fact, RMF took a little bit more damage. Because obviously any kind of DPS, it triggers the corrosive skim. So any damage you dish out triggers the corrosive skim. Now the BKB. Wow, that's a very, very well. One fat Slaughter, but two fat Shadow Shaman. Are you going to get a full shackle duration now out from PGG because he has that BKB up and running? It's also that he's got many kills, but it's just managed to find a lot of CS. It's 122 CS. The PGG has managed to drag out of this hero. Jump in middle lane. Afterlife was looking for the control. Couldn't do it. MSS back to the Remnant. Just able to do a quick fist. And there's just nowhere to really catch him out when he's able to get that off in time. As long as he has a Remnant up, he's all safe to go. So again, now we get this push happening. The conversions as well as the trees. The denial of the tower. Attempted by Afterlife, but not going to be successful. But they mop up the conversions as well as the remaining treants. So it still works for him. But the split push is really just is strong with the dogs. Misery is waiting for someone to jump in on somebody. Iron Man also waiting in the corners. Nubik seems to be unaware of the two players. Yeah, TP straight back out again. Prophet goes to work on the mid. Level 3 Necro books are up and running, and we're getting ourselves a second Scythe of Vice building coming up here from Dog. So we got one already over on the Nature's one of the Nature's Prophet that's being built, and one already on the puck, which is very close to completion. Are they really gonna? Okay, they're gonna try and force us. They're trying to get the rest of the retry to TP back here, because the retry want to try and find kills. Afterlife's already there. They've sent PGG back, and they got MSS. The glimpse will drag him away, and it's going to end up breaking off on the lasso, and then into the Static Storm from RMN. BKB will pop from Nubik, so at least he can stand here and not care. I don't think he really wanted to commit that much of a Blink Dagger. I mean that much of his BKB. That's a long duration too. That was the full 10-second BKB. Must have been a large amount of fear coming out from the Slaughter for the counter initiation of Dog. I'll have to worry a lot more in the future. Iron Man's just bought up a point booster, so on the way to getting that Aghanim Scepter upgrade. And then you won't be able to escape from such situations. Not to mention when you got a BKB Enigma now on the field too. All the BKBs are arriving. At least for these core heroes that require it. The gem is also over here in Afterlife. Of that unfortunate move where the Invis puck revealed them all out. He wants to make 100% sure the Team Dog have no vision of him. And with the BKB freshly done as well, Afterlife is a very, very intimidating hero for Team Dog. And that's why they're trying to fight elsewhere. Ancient Apparition out way too far. Now he's just going to try and TP himself out of here. Unfortunately for him though, with the Nature's Prophet moving in, they have more than enough damage. Prophet will have to trigger the ultimate to keep the retry back out. And the wall comes up. But with the Mass Serpent wards on the high ground, there goes your Prophet ulti. Afterlife's looking for a way in. Jump in. No Searing Chains in the back of that one, but Nubik, he's on top of Iron Man and he gets the kill. PGG triggers the BKB, but he's lost so much life already. And Misery, there's your hole! 4 to catch in it! Even the hero was lassoed up. They jump in for a fisting. And the retry get wiped as they attempt to go high ground on Dog. Misery, the perfect timing to blink in for the hole. And they pick up the gem, they pick up all of the retry, and they've lost their top tier 3 tower as well as melee racks. The 4-star into a TP away from Nature's Prophet. He'll be successful. Oh, wow. One moment, and everything goes wrong for the retry. Advantages aside. The ones the team dog threw away, their combination just brought it straight back in again. The perfect hole. The perfect hole from Misery. And they'll push into the tier 2 tower now here in the mid. A quick chaining onto the Viper. Then the Maleficent stun. Follow-up Hex. Fader's already got that one up and running. And MS trying to burn down this Viper. It's just so damn difficult. With the Dream Call up and running too, Slanter, he wants to initiate out but cannot do so. PGG, TP is out, they get the kill on MSS, but it's only the Aegis Immortal going from him. They need more commitment to make sure he goes down. That's why Afterlife is here. Lasso, Static Storm, but then again, when you're able to get that static, that pullback coming out from the glimpse, you're able to buy a little bit more space, but then again, it wasn't enough. Fader, oh, can he find PGG? The orb's already gone the other way. It's gone inside the lane. But PGG might give this a shot. He is crazily suicidal. He's got 6 stick charges, 2 in Fader. Well, okay, PGG, you had to know that was going to go wrong, right? It's when you get a hero like a Puck who's got this Scythe of Vice up and running, jumping in like that, unless you get the first straight-up Hex, there's going to be minimal chances that you'll be able to come out on top. But PGG likes to push the envelope. So I was able to get a kill on top of the tier 2 tower in that last fight, so hey, you can't say things are wrong. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes PGG just doesn't care. Feeding, it just improves the challenge. Well, Team Dog now. Being one racks up on the top, being the melee racks as well, means they get a lot of momentum coming through their lane on the top, which makes Pass's job a hell of a lot easier. Just keep throwing out a couple of ultis here and there. Even that will be enough to keep the lanes pressured out. But adding a wave of trees to push out the bottom lane. And what he's about to do, which is finish up the Scythe of Vice, means he can't be solo ganked unless Slarter gets the perfect crush into a bash. All he's got to do is just Hex and TP out. That's why he's trying to keep his distance here from Fader. Keep his involvement a secret. The rest of the retry now moving towards the south. I'll TP back at him in for Fader. We get our second ultimate orb up and running. So potentially Lincoln Sphere coming his way. I doubt it's going to be anything else. Chances would be minimal. It'll be Scardy? Minimal. It's non-existent. Beverage break again. Normally I wouldn't, but very under the weather. Very, very under the weather. PGG moving over towards his middle lane again. A lot of conversions to be found up. Until they time out, just like that. And pass. Will you please finish up? Is he going to? Is he finishing inside the Vice? Because his TP positions really don't show that at all. I'm really wondering what this Ultimate Orb is meant to be going into now. With 4.5k gold, to pass up the Scythe of Vice straight away seems very uncharacteristic. Like, you don't want to be passing up that kind of disable. Invisibility. And when you got the money for that as well as buyback, just interesting choices coming out here from Pass.
Double.
Which makes me think there's something more afoot as far as his item build goes. Casual ultimate orb for now to build into something else. Middle lane Fader. Hey, PGG with that invis rune. MSS is leaving a couple of spirits at the back end now. Nature's Prophet needs to push a little bit faster than this. Fortification's trying to buy him a little bit extra space. Quick fisting and chains jump out. There's already PGG. Has to trigger off the BKB. RMM Misery. Oh, he got the lasso off. There's going to be no black hole. This one, if it even drags him up towards the high ground, so Misery has to walk so far away in order to get this kill, while Bash, well, he's hoping for a chance to. It's can't get it. Now the jump out. BKB will wear off. Gets himself a crush though over on 3 heroes. But with the Midnight Pulse down, Numik will go down even after his double kill. Malice from Misery won't be able to connect. No Fear able to TP out before Fear can stop him. And now finally Past will come in and pick up the, hey, Scythe of Ice. But they caught out the Viper. MSS, yeah, Misery has to commit it. He had to do the black hole. Oh, MSS! He has to fist to get away from this damn creep, but then again he puts up his immolation. And you'll survive this one. Misery, that damage output from the Viper is beautiful. MSS! 30 life points again. Able to survive. Afterlife is keeping the creep wave off the bottom, but the range ranks died in the top lane in the meantime. An Ancient Apparition, he got him. Looks like that Frost Blast is able to connect. So the Ember Spirit down. Team Dog won't be as quick to bring down Roshan. But I don't think they really care right now. Because there's no way the Retry is going to get back out to him. 66 seconds on the sideline for the Viper. And Nature's Prophet did have to buy it back during that engagement. But for Pass, it's a small sacrifice. That's where his extra money went to. It's like, picks up the side of the Vice, like, oh, so he's only just got enough money for that. That was after his buyback. But there goes Roshan. And it looks like they got an instant smoke straight after. Don't know if they're searching for a kill or not. Ember Spirit. Not really ready to fight. Obviously, he's only just going to respawn up. Well, there's Aegis, the Immortal, and Cheese on the field. And it looks like they're just trying to protect the Aegis for now. It's ballsy play considering, well, he doesn't have a Remnant, does he? He can't jump out to that. And he has to TP out to the towers and then run away. If the Retry caught wind of this, it's possible they could have tried to intercept it, but that's probably the reason why Fader is also sitting right on top of it. So in comes MSS. He grabs it up. Got the Ultimate Orb also up there for MSS. So I'm interested to see what he does with that too. Could be Manta. Could be many things. Could be the Lincoln Sphere we were talking about before. So get double Lincolns over on Fader as well as MSS. Initiation in from Batrider is going to be next to impossible then. But they're ready to push out that bottom lane while the Retry, well, they're trying to find Dog inside the jungle. But the boys aren't looking at the trees at the moment. Apart from Iron Man, he could be the one to get caught out moving towards the middle lane, but there's smoke movement on the bottom. They're hoping to find somebody. And now the reveal will come out and the Retry will realize that no one is there. But they're waiting for the rotating hero up. Which doesn't really have to happen because Prophet just skips through the creep wave. Gives the momentum up towards the top. It's already got it anyway. But then you push conversions in towards the bottom. Flame Breaks, at least Afterlife will show himself. But Team Dog are taking no chances right now. Like they know that the Retry is missing, but at the same time, well, Pass. I say you could try and force staff and TP out, but then the AOL is going to connect, TP out in time. Oh, I don't know if he's got enough life points. Nope, he doesn't. The Shatter is going to be there. And the Nature's Prophet will find himself dead in the sidelines. We got purchased up right now. It will be a Lincoln Sphere for MSS. He can buy the whole thing too. The Courage is going to make a trip. At the same time, we get other items being completed up for the Retry. So the Assault Cuirass is up and running. Viper has finished up his heart in the meantime too. And they got 3 BKBs across the field with the 3 Blink Daggers. And all of those go hand in hand. Hearing the BKB. It's PGG. Misery can't do anything to stop him, not unless he wants to commit the black hole in this one, but with the 2 eras that are there, hey, why not? Jump in for the fisting. They're still going to battle inside these Mass Serpent, which isn't what they wanted to have happen. And then the Meg Charge will pop. Aegis Immortal has already gone in for Team Dog, and they're losing players left, right, and center. Numik, he'll get picked off. MSS on the double kill, but he's in trouble. And they go back in again. Fader with the Dream Coil. Will phase shift and orb himself away to safety. While up on the top lane, the creep wave continues to push in. The Retry take yet another fight that goes their way. Repairing damage, which is again being dealt to them. But they managed to bring down the entire mid-racks as well, so hey, It's 1 Rax for 1 Rax. That's where we stand for now. Misery. At least he did something with those boots of his. But 3.6k gold. Do we look at Shiva's guard for him? Already got one of those over on the Bat Rider. Damn, that Bat Rider's got money. He's rolling in it. Sitting at 3rd highest net worth above that of the Ember Spirit. Ember Spirit still just having that unspent cash as well. I would really like to see something else over on Misery. It could be Shiva's. It could even be the Assault Cuirass for the team. Either would work. And they may actually need the Assault Cuirass. They need to buy space for Iron Man. This guy just cannot farm anywhere. And he needs to farm. He doesn't want to be just sitting here taking up the experience. That doesn't work for him. He needs to get that Aghanim Scepter upgrade up and running for the Disruptor ulti. At least they got one advantage, and that's the fact that Pass will always be keeping pressure on that top lane. And they can return to the fight. But you got 5 players now teaming up for the retry to push in that bottom lane. So you're going to have Iron Man to walk in from behind. Afterlife has just moved up. The creep wave as well, so we can move up without being noticed. But the Bat Rider, Fireflying, looking for a way in. TPs are already coming back, so Iron Man wants to fire from inside of his own base. Afterlife already burnt through half of the timing of that Firefly, but it's going to be enough. BKB 4-star dragging Iron Man back out again. He didn't get a single ability off right now. MSS is a quick jump and then out to the Spirit. He needs time to heal with these BKBs to go down. Phase shift out from Fader. He can't get himself away in time. Bash up as well as being crushed. Ember Spirit has to buy back into this game, and now the retry. They're getting themselves caught here for the moment. They've got to finish up this Rax and make it worthwhile. With these buybacks coming out from Dog, the tier 4 tower's already being harassed. They've got to keep alive here. There's no black hole. 5 seconds left on it for Misery. Now the jump is the Maleficent keeping the Viper away, but they're going to get some extra pickoffs here. Special Nature's Prophet caught inside the Firefly over towards Misery. This Viper is just way too strong for them. The gem goes down the deck again. But Dog is now down 2 Raxes for the one they have. And they need pickoffs. That's why MSS is moving like he is. Blink out by Misery into the tree line. Fisted Searing Chains, he got it. Afterlife will get snapped. And Team Dog have some breathing space after having lost their bottom Rax. It's not a hell of a lot of breathing space, but it's something. The fact that the Disruptor had no impact whatsoever on that fight. And the buybacks they used as well. You're separated up right now. Like, you've still got Fadus 1 on cooldown, but you had Enigma buyback. In fact, everybody bar the Disruptor bought back in that fight, while the retry spent nowhere near the amount of money. And they still took the bottom ranks for no trade. And there was no towers going down. Like, the tier 4 towers taking damage, that's no problem for the retry. They're winning as far as the lanes go right now. They still have the tier 2 tower on the top lane to worry about, but it's a small concern. As that Lincoln Sphere finally up for MSS. I don't know if Puck's got the same. Nope. Had to save the money for everything else, so yeah. Puck will respawn with exactly what he's had for the past 10 minutes. While the retry do exactly what they should. 5-man push up through the top. And Pass just tries to turn this into a trade-off. Demon Edge up and running. Any bit of money which he's got. Considering buybacks on cooldown, he may as well spend the whole shebang. There's no point waiting it out. He needs every bit of damage he can get. And they're hoping for someone like that. Like, that's almost worth like a straight-up black hole to control him. But when you got Nubic also coming in, AEL does a lot of damage to the tower. And now the run-in. He's got BKB, so Malphus won't be enough, but the Hex, it may be enough. With the Necro units that are there too, there's extra support coming in. He triggers the BKB, but he's still caught inside the Sprout, so Fader waiting it out, and then the fist damage from MSS is enough. They've got the Slardar down. Numic has just given a big opening here to Team Dog to at least level the Raxes at 2 apiece. I don't know if they can push, they can't push straight in for the GG here. But they don't have a buyback on Slardar. He's short by 600 gold, and they're actually switching up. They see Afterlife up in this top lane, and they want to get the kill. And Afterlife does have BKB. That's why they need more help here. Fader, both Dream Coil as well as the Scythe of Ice being used. And then the TP's in, just use BKB and Black Hole from Misery. He arrives just in the nick of time. And now there's 2 heroes down for the retry. And they didn't lose anybody on bottom lane. MSS has already fallen back. Retreats again towards the middle lane. And looks like something's coming out. I guess it's just an extra TP scroll for him on the courier. Well, the top lane will be forced. MSS needs to make sure that this middle lane does not reach the tier 4 towers. He's almost like the primary man in charge of keeping that bottom and middle lane intact. While the top lane, that's the job of Nature's Prophet, to keep the momentum up and running. And then Puck, Enigma, and Disruptor. They're your gang squad. Find heroes like PGG. He's a long way down here in the bottom lane. And without the vision, they can't really do that either. And if we got gems up for everybody, we got stick of the gem over on Enigma. That was the one that was stolen from the retry. And it looks like the retry have never replaced it. But then again, they got a Viper who can finish up a full butterfly right now. With a heart, with an SMY. Comes in to check out the Roche pit. Nothing is there. You might have to get rid of this mech at one point. Because there's just no more use to have it on this hero that needs to transition to the late game. And Fader. Oh, he's backing up. There's too much pressure still coming his way in that top lane. Afterlife will be the one to take care of it. Buybacks are almost back off cooldown here for Team Dog. Gonna just wait out another minute or so. And please finish this butterfly over on the Viper. He'll still have buyback too once he purchases it. But they're coming in through the bottom lane now. This is very uncharacteristic. It's very unusual. Because they don't gain anything from this apart from being able to damage tier 4 towers. Unless this is a GG push right now, it does nothing more than soak up like the buildings. That's it. PGG, Mass Servant Wards. Well, they're really trying to do this. Enigma doesn't have a black hole, so hey, why not? Wall goes down from RMN, and there's your jump in. They go on him to start with, and the lasso over on Misery. They've lost 2 of their big support heroes right now. Still a bit of jump in, but it's nowhere near enough damage. The gems on the deck, and Fader shackled up. The retry. They just forced their hand in. And Team Dog, 30 seconds away from having their buybacks up. The Enigma's on the sidelines, and he was 30 seconds away from having the hole. And 30 seconds will force out a GG call out from Team Dog more than likely. It doesn't matter how fast Pass tries to go in for this base race. MSS can try and slow him down, tries to go on Nubic, and now he'll lose his own life. And there it is. The game is GG'd. The retry will take the victory over Team Dog. And we are in a very interesting position. Ross Kiss in a very, very nice position after their earlier win. It's the 2 Russian teams that will stand at the top of the ladder points. I say the ladder points, the qualifying points. And Dog will have a new challenge coming their way. They're going up against Roskis in just a couple of moments' time. That's the next game coming up, so stay tuned. And we'll be back here for more action coming out from the D2CL Season 3 qualifiers.